but I need to address an amendment that was adopted. And a comment was made when the amendment was offered that because, and we're talking about the plug-in solar, and if members remember the day that bill was heard, I was adamantly opposed. And a comment was made that because of the UL 3700 listing that's happened, that I was somehow okay with the bill. I have never made that statement. And Senator Matthews had my comments that he read here, stating very much that I was still not in favor of this bill, that we are way out in front of where we should be. We have not let the process go through. The UL listing just came out in January. And when you look at what that UL listing states, there is no product on the market today that meets that standard. And for us to think that we should pass this bill to send a signal that Minnesota is ready for plug-in solar is ridiculous at best. There is a process for electrical products to come forward, and we are still in the very beginning stages of that process. I spoke with Mr. Dean Hunter at the Department of Labor, who oversees the Electrical Licensing and Codes Division. He is bringing forward this issue to the State Board of Electricity to begin the discussions. And he has also submitted to the NEC and the code review to look into plug-in solar and how it will be dealt with this UL 3700 listing. And for us to think that we as a Minnesota legislature should get in front of that process, I don't understand. How am I supposed to sit here in this legislature and ever listen to anyone again in their own issue area that they've worked in, that they know intimately, who says, don't do this? Why would I listen to that when I am not being listened to here? I don't care if the full repeal of the nuclear moratorium were in this bill. If we include plug-in solar in this form, and one, it doesn't even have, when Senator Kupek worked with the co-ops and the munis for some language to say you must let us know that it's there. That's not in this amendment that was adopted. So we don't even have language that began to bring groups to neutral in this proposal. And we're supposed to accept that? I sure can't. As long as this language is in this bill, I will never support it. This is not safe. If you look at UL's own website right now, January 8th, 2026 is when they first came out with this UL 3700 listing. And if you know what the listing says, this idea of what we're marketing is that this can be plugged in to any typical outlet. That's what's out there right now. That's what's being sold. This UL listing does not allow for that. There is not one manufacturer that has had the time to look at this and develop any kind of a product that would meet this standard to go for review. But we're going to promote, as the testifiers that day said, we want to start promoting this here in Minnesota. There's not one product out there that can meet this standard. And there's not one product that's even remotely close to going through that review. And even if a product does, it still has no method in the National Electrical Code on how that installation will happen properly. There is no provision in UL for enforcement. I can put anything I want in that you have to hire a certified installer, or that it has to be in a proprietary outlet, which doesn't have a definition in National Electrical Code. But just because it has that UL listing doesn't mean that will be followed. Pulling an electrical permit so that an electrical inspector would come inspect the installation would. And we keep hearing from people, this is like a toaster, this is like a vacuum. Members, it is not. It is like a generator. And the National Electrical Code has very specific requirements on how you tie a generator into premises wiring. And for us to think we would put this in a Minnesota state statute to encourage this product to come to market here, that is beyond what we should be doing by far. I could go on and on, but I will not.